Hey, what's up, everybody? It's David McGill. Now, I was recently asked a very good question that I wanted to share the answer with, everybody watching. The question was, how do I hire drivers for my trucking business if I don't have a CDL myself? And I thought it was a pretty good question, so I decided to go ahead and record the answer. Now, as some of you out there know, I do own my own trucking fleet. And I am not a driver. I've never held a CDL ever. So the way that I move my trucks is by, outsourcing the work, hiring drivers, to work for me. So how do I know if a driver is a good driver, if a driver can actually do what I need him to do? Well, there's about four things, there's about four tests we go over for me to get comfortable with that person before I put them, inside of one of my trucks. And the first thing that I do is, I meet all of my drivers, all of my new drivers down at the yard where I keep my trucks. And before we get in, I'm just kind of paying attention to them. I'm watching their mannerisms because we're about to go on a test drive. But before we do that, I'm just kind of watching what they're doing, looking to see if they're doing, pre-trip inspections. So that's the first thing I do is, I make sure that they're completing a pre-trip inspection. So even though I don't drive the trucks, I'm aware of the things that need to be checked out before taking off on a trip. So that's the first thing. The next thing I'm looking at is I'm watching, how they connect the trailer. We're pulling 53-foot dry vans. So, I'm looking to see, if they can get the fifth wheel under the kingpin, pretty smoothly. How they go about, raising the landing gear of the trailer. Also, connecting the lines from the truck to the trailer, checking the lights, different things like that. The next thing I do, the third thing is, we go on a road test. Now, again, I've never driven a truck, and all of my trucks are manual. So we'll go for a trip, and some of the things I'm usually asking questions unrelated to truck driving, just kind of questions about their background, their different experiences that they might have had. It's basically, a driving interview. And as we're riding around, I'm paying attention to how they're shifting. Are they grinding gears? Are they speeding? Are they able to, maneuver the trailer in and out of, the parking lot? Different things like that. So I'm just paying attention to, their mannerisms, making sure, they put their seatbelt on. There's a lot of different things like that I'm paying attention to just to make sure that they actually know what they're doing. So once we get done with the road test, we have to go back. We have to now park the truck. So I'm paying attention to, how they're backing the trailer and can they maneuver the yard and get the trailer, dropped in the correct parking spot without, tearing something up. How long does it take them to back the trailer into the parking spot? And that's important because, at a lot of these shippers and receivers, you're going to be pulling in the docks. So I want to make sure that I'm putting people on the road who's not going to go and tear up, some other truck or trailer at a shipper or receiver because, my drivers weren't skilled enough to pull into a dock. So again, the four things that I do to make sure that, I'm hiring somebody who actually knows how to drive a truck and I can be comfortable with those four things are, the pre-trip inspections. I'm paying attention to how they're connecting the trailers. We go on road tests, and then I'm also watching how they're parking the trailers also. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also share this video with anybody who you might think will benefit from the information also. Thanks again for watching.